There, let me do that again with the processor off. Oh yeah, that dropped it down a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I'm turning the mic gain down just a little bit now. I've turned the processor back on.
Okay, real good. Yeah, run it with the processor off and just set the ALC so it's bouncing at the highest of your peaks, about the 3 on the SWR. Well, let me look. Maybe that meter's different. Yeah, the meter is different. You just see how the ALC has its own little bracket there. You don't want it quite hitting the end, but almost.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm still just a little bit hot. There, that's, yeah, it's really close right there. It depends on how close I talk to the mic, too. But I've got the mic gain set down at about 7 right now.
Yeah, that's pretty good. You sound really good right there, so I could tell you were messing with it and playing with it. You were sounding good when we first started, and then, of course, you came up from there, and it was a little bit overdriven, but now you're sounding pretty good right there.
Yeah, I'm noticing now the radio's warming up a little bit here. I'm noticing it's sounding a little bit better now, too, on the receive part.
Yeah, that's probably pretty normal. That the older Kenwoods like to do that, and that radio, too, will drift off frequency a little bit, plus or minus a little bit as you go, too, as it warms up. But have you been having to hit the top every time when you're done talking to me?
I have not. I actually haven't touched it since I've been talking to you, other than tweaking on the knobs a little bit. It's doing good, but the volume knob, I should say the AF gain knob, it doesn't shut the volume clear off. You turn it clear down as low. In fact, I've got it set on 0 right now, and you're almost blasting my ears, not quite. So I actually turned the RF gain clear up to 8 or so. Or it's setting on about 8, so that it actually nulls the volume a little bit.
Yeah, there you go. Well, that's the same problem I had with my dad's 440 when I got it back that time. So it's probably taken a hit or something. You might get lucky if you turn it all the way up and then wiggle it as you turn it back down and see if it does anything.
Yeah, I was doing that earlier, and it didn't make any difference. It gets crackly a little bit, and then it got to where it wasn't making any sound at all, and I smacked the top of the radio, and then it about blew the speaker out of it momentarily till I got it turned back down. So it's working on the similar problems that my 120 had. Now, not saying you couldn't maybe take it apart and try to fix it, but my 120, well, I had it apart several times, and the Vox board sets on top of the radio, and it's integrated into the like the ALC board or something like that. And those buttons are just the buttons are just fastened to the pots on that board. And I think what happened on mine is, like, if you set something on a button, it pushes on that circuitry board and breaks it. And because mine was all busted up where those knobs are, of course the Vox didn't work on mine either, so I bet it's probably a similar problem.